America. Calling CQ, 9 Alpha Tango 791. 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific, QSX. This is what we're looking at in the shack out back. Oh, it's 31st today. Holy smokers, this month has gone fast. I cannot wait to get back to work. Yeah. Dad? Oh, that's nice.
I found it in the forest. And I watched
Thanks, man. That's awesome, daughter. Oh, you're such a good daughter. That was just my daughter in here. Just my daughter. CQDX, 9 Alpha Tango 791. 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. Come on in, man. If you're out there, pop in. Live from the shack, out back. I worked the station out in Guadalupe Island earlier before this live stream, and it was 27 degrees Celsius there. $2.58. I hope everybody's having a good day out there. Just marking them down in my logbook. Cold, I know. I can't complain, but it's still. Oh, is it cold down there? Yeah. You know, I talk to a lot of people around the lower 48, but every day I talk all over the United States, and it's been really cold wherever I've talked. The warmest places I've talked today were the Hawaiian Islands and the Caribbean Islands. Guadalupe Island was 27 degrees Celsius on Guadalupe Island, which is about, probably 80 degrees Fahrenheit. I'll tell you what it is here. It's 53 degrees. It's about 53 degrees this far north on our island out here on the west coast, off the Pacific coast of Canada. Warmest place in Canada. I hate being cooped up on the weekend. Yeah, no kidding. I'm kind of back and forth between the house and here. I just made Wendy a latte, and I decided to make myself a latte too. Cinnamon, vanilla, milk latte. I don't like being cooped up either, man. But yeah, you being in Florida, you'd feel the cold a lot more than I would. Out here is really, really nice. It's 52 there. Yeah, it's around 53 degrees here, Ima. Let me flip her around to look out the window. This is what we're looking at here in the shack out back. This is it. This is my little man cave. I know you've been into the cave with me before. Here's all my junk, all my stuff in my man cave. I like Marilyn Monroe. Actually, that's my oldest son now. He's 35. He's going to be 35. They're off to Costa Rica tomorrow, my kids. Yeah. No wind. No wind here. Whoa. Oh. 5'7". Let me see where this guy is. Let's see where this guy is, Ima. You stay warm, kiddo. This guy's in Mexico. Yeah, Costa Rica would be nice. I've never been there. Wendy's been there. She's lived there with her ex-husband. How about that 10 division, Mexico? How about a 10 division, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands in the North Pacific? Did you hear me? How about that 10 division, Mexico, 9 Alpha Tango 791? Gulf Islands. Talk to Florida, Orlando, Tampa Bay. This guy's not coming back to me, so he's obviously not hearing me. That's the way conditions work sometimes on these things. Sometimes you can hear them, and they can't hear you. But you know what? I don't think that cold weather is going to last very long for you in Florida. I think it's actually going to warm up pretty quick, I'm sure. If you look at the forecast, I think those 9 Alpha Tango 791. Yeah, that's my number. Here, I'll show you. That's my call number, right? There's my personal cards. That's the island I'm on. There's our flag. And I'll show you something even cooler. There's our currency. Let me move that great American flag there. Actually, I'll put that there. There's some of our currency here. That's our money on our island right there. That's a Hawaiian on there. That's $2. There's a back of a $5 bill. Right? They got the orcas on there. So we're out here, North Pacific. Very different place than the rest of this frigid country. I'll tell you that, man. Very, very different. So Alpha Tango is my number. Tickles me that it's my call number. So everybody's got a call number on here. So when I call somebody, he'll come back with his call number just to identify. Yeah, those are pretty. There we go. Bad reception. Sorry about that. I'm so far from the Starlink here that sometimes the internet kind of. So that's what those are. That's just my call number. So I'll call. Okay, the coldest winter probably on record in history, the last 100 and whatever, close to 30 years would be February 1899, and it was so cold that chunks of ice floated down the Mississippi River and emptied out into the Gulf of Mexico. That's how cold the winter of 1899 was. It snowed. Tallahassee, Florida, had a record cold temperature of -2 degrees Fahrenheit in 1899. Think about that. 0 degrees Fahrenheit is -18 degrees Celsius. It was -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So it was around -20 or -21 degrees Celsius in Tallahassee, Florida. Do you want to know the crazy thing? I'll give you some weather info here. The crazy thing is the record cold temperature recorded on our island is 5 degrees Fahrenheit above freezing. So it's actually been colder in Tallahassee, Florida than it has been record-breaking cold on this island at 48 degrees north latitude. Isn't that insane? The coldest temperature recorded up here where I live on the north end of the island is around 11 degrees Fahrenheit. But other part of our island back then in the late 60s, 1968, December hit 5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -15 Celsius. So I have two weather stations set up here. So I used to record weather daily, like religiously for probably 35 years. And then when I retired, I go, do I really want to do this anymore? And Wendy said all my weather journals are just taking up a lot of room. I actually had them in a big box. Like I'll show you what they look like. They look like this. So every year I'd fill up one of these books here, right? Like a weather book, journal. So the last one I filled up is probably the year I retired. 2021 I retired. So I filled one up in 2021, and this is my last weather journal. There's all the temperatures recorded in there. I'll tell you what, the hottest temperature I ever recorded was on this island, record-breaking heat. Yeah, it's crazy. If you could have a mythical pet, let me just put that, try it. Okay, start questions and that. So the record-breaking temperature on this island, and I could not believe it. It was June, end of June, 2021. So let me just go back to June. Oh, there we go. Oh, it was insane. Okay, there we go. There we go. So it started getting really hot on June 25th, 2021, and I got that written down here, see, in my journal. And it was 31.8 degrees Celsius for a high. So that's just over 90 Fahrenheit. And the low temperature was 70 that day on the 25th of June. And it was 36.4. So, and then 33.9 the next day, which is into the 90s. And then 37.2 on the 26th. The 26th, 37.2 is just about 100 degrees Fahrenheit. And then on the 27th was 35.5. And then the hottest day I recorded was on the 28th of June 2021. It was. See your face? You can't see my face. Oh, is there something in the way here? There we go. Is that better? Can you see my face now? How's my face now? You probably don't want to see my face, do you? Anyway, I stopped recording in 2021. Can you see stuff now? There's something in the way here. Let me go. Take that out of there. Yes. Oh, there's something in the way. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's see what's going on here in Skipland. So anyway, it does get hot here once in a while, but your temperatures are way hotter than ours on a consistent basis. And our temperatures here in the summertime are around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Yeah, it's usually around 75 degrees Fahrenheit. Adam, yeah, I don't like working in too much heat. It sucks, man. I worked outside that day when we had that record-breaking heat in June, end of June 2021. And I tell you what, man, I thought I was going to get heat stroke. I drank a ton of water, and it was brutal, man. I worked outside for the Parks Department. And yeah, oh, it was awful. I don't function in extreme cold very well, and I don't function in extreme heat very well. If it's really hot, I can handle it if I'm not working in it, and I can jump in the ocean or a lake. So anyway, I hope all is well, Adam, in Nova Scotia. Somebody coming in here. Hang on. Let me flip this around. High humidity is a killer. If you got high humidity, our humidity's low. Let's go talk to this guy. Let's see where he is. 2 divisions of U.S. U.S. Let's see where I can talk. I'm going to go back to 555. CQDX, calling CQ, 9 Alpha Tango 791, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. You know what? CQ means calling long distance stations. That's what CQ means, right? When I call CQ, it means is there any far off stations that can hear my signal? When I say copy, it means hear. Is there any far off stations that copy my signal? What options would I have for a mythical pet? Only I can think of unicorn. That's it, man. That just popped up, so I put it down. That's why that's on there. This thing popped up on my screen. I go, what the hell? I think it would probably be, how about a dragon? A dragon is mythical. Calling CQDX, 9 Alpha Tango 791, 9 Alpha Tango 791, North Pacific, Gulf Islands. Dragon, fire-breathing dragon. Yeah, there's not a lot of skip here on this. I do have 11DX. Matter of fact, I just posted a comment on there. I worked a station in the Caribbean earlier, but I didn't really get if he was an Alpha Tango member, so I just posted a link to my video I shot on there.
Well, you might want to take a look at the chat. You got 2-5 division asking for you.
Oh, is that right, eh? Japan. Okay, I better put my, I don't have any computer nearby. I'm in a Radio Shack 40 feet from the house.
2-5 Alpha Tango 099. Sam, he's 9 Alpha Tango 7 question mark. CQ is what he put.
Okay, I'm going to point my beam towards Asia Pacific. I appreciate it. Who do we have there?
Just thought you'd want to know, man.
I appreciate it, man. God bless. Thank you.
Hey, you as well. Amen, brother.
Yeah, amen. Cheers, brother. Okay. CQ Asia, calling CQ Asia Pacific, calling CQ 9 Alpha Tango 791, 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. Oh, Australia. Five four 540 540. All right, there, Sugar Delta Station in Australia, 9 Alpha Tango 791. How about it, Australia, 9 Alpha Tango 791. Yeah, this is Tango. It looks like I got two people coming back to me at once there. Sugar, one sec there, Australia. The Sugar Delta Station first. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791, Gulf Islands. 127, 43, Sugar Delta, 127, Q5. Yeah, you as well. You as well. I didn't think we are going to have any Australia coming in at this time, but good to hear you, man. I love to hear my friends down under. How's the weather down there today? Yeah, you got a warm summer day down under, that's for sure. We got about 11 degrees Celsius here, 11 degrees Celsius in this part of Canada out here on the rest of Canada's probably in a pretty good deep freeze there for sure. Yeah, I got you 5 and 7, 5 and 7. Not a problem. I do have a little bit of floor noise in there, a little bit of QRM, but other than that, sounding good. Good to hear you. Not getting a whole lot of South Pacific skip these days, so really nice to hear your station. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791 waving to you down under.
73s. And that other station out there in Australia, bring it back. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791. 43 Charlie Tango 117 Australia. We got you in there. Sounding good. Yeah, we got you in there about 3 and 5. Not the greatest conditions right now. I apologize. We do have some QRM in there and a little bit of atmospheric noise, but I didn't get your QTH in Australia. My QTH here is on the southern Gulf Islands off the far Pacific coast of Canada in the North Pacific, USL. I'm going to turn my beam. 3 Charlie Tango 117 Australia. I just realized I had my beam pointed towards Asia Pacific. Hopefully that makes a difference. Poor conditions. That's poor conditions right there. You're good with being an alien. I like it, Ima. All right there, brother. Have a good day out there. Yeah, looks like propagation shifting a little bit. 43 Charlie Tango 117 Australia. Have a great day. Cheers, 73s to you. God bless. From 9 Alpha Tango 791 out here in the North Pacific Islands. All right. 5-4. I put them in my logbook. And Australia. So 43 means Australia. That's the country of Australia. When I say 43, it is 3:20 p.m. Pacific time. All right. Let's go back up to 5-5. I'm going to try to get Japan. Asia Pacific, calling CQ Asia Pacific, 9 Alpha Tango, 791, Gulf Islands, North Pacific. That's the beam antenna. It was a 3-element flat side. So I got that pointed into the South Pacific. This is what things are looking like here. There's the shack out back. And, well, this is what things are looking like in this part of Canada. Out here on the North Pacific Islands. Out, this is going to leaf flower soon, actually. Flower first and then leaf out. The hummingbirds love that. Lots of hummingbirds around here. We'll go to this side of the shack out back. So there's one antenna. That's the one I was just talking on up. And then there's a motor on it right there, yellow, and it's got a control box inside. And then I pointed to where I want to talk. There's another antenna there, omnidirectional, and there's one way over there, 100 feet away. So I hear the hummingbirds. I hear the hummingbirds. And I hear the creek too. Lots of frogs out here. There's a lot of tree frogs. I hope everybody's staying warm out there wherever you may be. I hear the hummingbirds out there. That tree's full of hummingbirds right over there.
That's cool, Adam. Yeah, everywhere I'm talking, Scotty, in the lower 48, they're freezing cold. Even places in northern Florida and all the Midwest and everything like that, they're in a deep freeze. And I'm pretty sure the rest of Canada is probably freezing pretty good too. But I think this is the only area along the Pacific coast of Canada where we escape it until Alaska decides to open her doors up, which she hasn't done. And it has to be pretty cold up there too. And when it gets really cold up in Alaska, I always keep my eye on that Gulf of Alaska because if she does decide to open her doors up and let some of that cold air out, that cold, dry Arctic air sometimes gets pulled down with a jet stream, and it heads down here over our islands. And that cold, dry Arctic air mixes with our more moist Pacific air, warmer air, and it usually translates into a dump of snow. So nothing like that here this year. Fingers crossed. Really good content. And come back to me. A good signal, so we had a bit of a QSO there, QSL.
Yeah, it was windy because I was supposed to have 60 degrees to the state, so I could hear this station, and I'm going, is it 2 division? And he said it was 1 and then as soon as I swung the antenna around to 120, pretty much said long pass, he picked up and about 5 and 7 away, but the short pass not so good because we've got to go over the mountains, but yeah, very unusual conditions. I had to double check the call sign. I was thinking, couldn't be 1-4, but yeah, and then I got one, and then I got one straight off the first one, so didn't get anything after that, but I hope it's a sign of the times. It's going to start happening on a regular basis.
Yeah, hopefully propagation will change like that and we'll get some more European skip coming in here. You're blasting in here now. I just realized I had my beam pointed towards Japan and I just pointed it towards you. I actually had it off. I was at 190 degrees. Now I'm at 160 degrees South Pacific. So hopefully that made a bit of a difference. You're booming in here into the red.
Yeah, well, I can sort of go between 60 and 30 degrees, and that doesn't seem to make a lot of difference with the beam, but yeah, usually you're a little bit further up towards the north sort of part. I'm sort of going a little bit towards the east, but it doesn't seem to make a lot of difference. I haven't heard many other Canadian stations on the frequency this morning.
Yeah, I got a pretty clear shot from our island, straight across the Pacific to your island or to Australia. That's for sure. I never have a problem talking to Australia, New Zealand, or any Central or South Pacific. It's sometimes more of a problem shooting across long path into Europe. But when it is coming in and propagation's okay there, QSL.
Yeah, weird conditions, mate. Like the last week or two, it's been that slow and it's just been dead. Like I always say, always checking your antenna to make sure something's not disconnected, but it's been really like there's nothing on the band, you can't even hear anything. But as soon as I turned it on this morning, the scope was spiking up, so I thought, oh, it's a lot better. On the lower 40 band, all the 2 divisions were going crazy. There must be some massive stations down there on AM on 27085, because it's peaking big time on the scope here, so they must be running some massive power, but they're all running AM down there.
Yeah, we get the big strappers down on 025. That's the thing. They run mega power. Some of those guys, Scotty, are running 5,000 watts there. It's insane there, QSL. Hey, good to have you, man. Thanks. Good to have you back as well. Sorry, my thing died on me. I'm far from the Starlink here, Adam. Sorry about that, buddy. I apologize. I'm glad you got a wood stove, man. That's really cool, dude. That's how we heat our house. I'm doing a live stream here, and I'm shooting for Jungle Joe's video goods. Yeah, well, you know what? I come in here every morning, Scotty, and you know what I do? I turn that beam up towards Europe, just hoping I'm going to hear something, and it's been pretty darn dead. But you know, last night, Scotty, I came in here, and it was quiet on every single channel, everything below 405, and everything on the free band. So I'm cruising around, and I heard somebody coming in. I was up quite high, and I actually made a couple of contacts into Mexico. Believe it or not, they were the only 2 stations on this channel coming in up high. I think it was on 705 or something like that. And then that was it for Skip in the evening. But just kind of fluke conditions there, QSL. He's in Australia, this guy. It's 40 degrees Celsius. That's the nice thing about this radio stuff. A lot of people are like-minded, and nobody bothers us. Well, as long as I keep getting Australia, New Zealand, and my South Pacific in here, I'm happy. But yeah, it's always nice to work something different there. But it's always a pleasure to talk to you too. You always put in a pretty consistent signal. Like I say, you're mostly into the red, so I'm pretty sure your beam is pointed right on my beam, and we got the perfect connection, the perfect pipeline there, QSL. Thanks, Scotty. Appreciate it, brother. You have a great my friend Scotty. Got the hog book. Anyway, you know what? You can't live without a wood stove. We got to keep those things going until the government tries to ban them. I'm surprised this hasn't banned wood stoves yet, right? I'll always burn my wood, and that's how we heat our house, man. We need heat. We cut down a tree. Thanks for your channel. Looking back into the radio's local. Any amped up CB and Rebel. Yeah, cool, man. Well, that's okay. Tell you what we got here. So I'm up on the free band right now, Adam. So I'll show you. There's a regular CB radio. That one actually does have extra channels in it. And a lot of the people I talk to are very like-minded. Nobody to bother you. There's no restrictions. There's no regulations. There's no license required for this now. So, yeah, it's definitely a good thing to get into. I speak, like I say, I speak to a lot of good people around the U.S. and Canada, and that's why I got these flags here. These are people I talk to that send them to me. France, U.S., Belgium, Italy. There's another one from Belgium. That's the Alpha Tango group. I get a lot of stuff sent to me, people I talk to, but what I like, it's just a lot of like-minded people. And I'm running 4 different antennas here. And this antenna I'm running on this radio is a big beam antenna. It's a 3-element flat side horizontal Yagi beam just up above my radio shack here. So works really well. And I get out really good. I'm pushing about 200. That's 200 extra horsepower, if you know what I mean, watts. That's 500. That's a 500 right there. That's 200. That's 200 on that one. That's 350. I got one in my truck too, and I talk all over the world on it, the one in my truck. So yeah, I've been into this a long time. There's 78, February 19, microphone 1977. So I'm using some old stuff, but these ones are newer. That's newer. And that's old. That's old. That one I bought used in 81 with a VFO, so it goes up and down and all around. That one I bought in 1980 when I was 16. That one goes from 0 to 30 receiver. A friend of mine gave me that one quite a few years ago, and that's an old radio from the late 70s. So yeah, there's a lots of different radios out there. Just do your research. Seems like Anytone are good. A lot of people talk on Anytone. They got lots of frequencies in them. Just get up a good antenna. Conditions are right, man. You can talk wherever you want to. So I like talking skip. I like talking to different places around the world. So, and people from all over the world. That's my card right there. That's my QSL card. And I have other QSL cards as well. I've been sending them out. Here's QSL cards there. This is my cards. I got white ones as well in white. And then I just got some cards from, these ones are from Brazil. Yeah, these ones are from Brazil. These ones just came in from Brazil the other day. France, and they come in from all over. I got cards from all over the world. They come in all the time. And then I just send my cards back. It confirms our QSO, our conversation, right? So every person has their own cards. This is the back side of this one here. Alpha Tango 791, Canada, British Columbia. I designed the front of it, and then they make these up in Italy. This is Alpha Tango Club is a worldwide kind of skip club, long distance talking club out of Italy, started in 1978, right? So once you're a member, then they can print up cards for you and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. It's fun. It's a good hobby. I enjoy it. I've always enjoyed it. I like talking to people. You know what I mean? So it's good to have hobbies. It's something I never really got out of. I hear South Pacific in there right now. I hear South Pacific in there right now. Okay, what channel was I on? 600? And what time is it? I gotta mark down this 3:55. I'm gonna try to get Japan. Stay tuned. We'll see if we can work Japan in here. I've talked to about 95 countries now around the world. 95 different countries. QDX, QDX. This is 9 Alpha Tango 791. 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the Gulf Islands in the North Pacific. QDX South Pacific 791, 9 Alpha Tango 791 QSX. I found out my own Oh, cool. The main highway about 50. Oh, cool. Awesome. I found out I own farther up the hill than. Oh, that's even better. You found out you own farther up the hill. Yeah, there you go. Out of the there you go. Higher is better. I'm 160 feet above sea level here, but we do have an advantage. I'm on an island, right? And I'm on the very northern tip of the island, so There's water right here and water right there, which works as a great ground plane. So that is an advantage. There are definitely high areas on our island. The highest area on our island is about 2,300 feet. And yeah, we got a lot of trees here too. We do have a lot of trees. Funny, my beam is pointing right now to the South Pacific, right through a forest, but I never have a problem getting out with it. CQDX, 9 Alpha Tango 791, calling CQ South Pacific, 9 Alpha Tango 791 North Pacific. Turn the beam, I'm going to turn the beam a little bit. That's my controller for the beam right there. So I'm going to turn it 150 degrees. But yeah, it's fun, man. If you get one, I talk to Nova Scotia once in a while. I hear Australia in there right now. Talked to lots of Southeast Asia. I did talk to the Caribbean today, 196 Division. But do your research. If you know about radios, then you don't have to do your research. But there's lots of good antennas out there, and there's lots of good radios too. And you don't have to spend a bundle of money either. I really like this radio. This used to be in Wendy's vehicle for about a year. That's called a unit in Bearcat. Great little radio. That's just a 40 channel CB radio. It's stock, except I'm running a bit of horsepower. QSK. See if they can hear me. I'm running a different antenna on this one. QSK 791 Gulf Islands QSX. See if these guys can hear me. CQDX, 9 Alpha Tango 791 on the side. Do you copy 9 Alpha Tango 791 North Pacific? How about that Ontario station 791 North Pacific? I'm on a smaller antenna. My idea was the winter with I could use the fields as a dish. Yes, you could. You could, man. Cool. Good idea, Adam. This guy's in Ontario. QSK. See if he... QSK. See if they can hear me. It's harder to get out on a smaller antenna. But I hold on this thing, believe it or not. QSK 791 Gulf Islands. Never talked to you. I don't think I might have talked to Europe once on it, but South Pacific and stuff. 791 Gulf Islands on the side. 791 Gulf Islands. Yeah, 123 Iowa. 123 Iowa. This is 791 waving. Yeah, you're sounding good. That's why I came down here. I was up a little bit higher, talking South Pacific. I came down here. I'm on my IMAX 2000. So, hey, I'm quite grateful you're hearing me out there in Iowa. Take care there, 123 Iowa. Keep up the good work, man. You're blasting in here. It is starting to fade out, but you sound like a local. Cheers and God bless from 9 Alpha Tango 791. Thanks a lot. Cheers. Cool. There we go. So that's on a smaller antenna, and that's just a unit in Bearcat 980. Iowa. 123. A lot of the guys I talk to over and over. Iowa. Yeah, you're really the only one in there, 123. You're literally shaking the Radio Shack.
ones there, and got a little whiskey behind it there too.
9S units, man. I'm on my little unit in Bearcat 980 right now and an IMAX 2000. That's it, stock microphone. I have a 3-element Stereo Yagi I usually talk on, but that 4-element's working really good, man. Just awesome.
USL, yeah. Not to mention it'll go 400 channels too, under 1.5. So I can go from 25 megahertz to all the way up to 29 megahertz, and that's 1.5 or below.
That is insane. Holy cow. Is that with an antenna tuner?
No, that's just what I got here. I mean, I do have a tuner in between the radio and the amp here, but no, that's just with the tuner shut off there.
That is amazing, man. You got that match in there. I couldn't get mine that good. I'm running an MFJ tuner on mine for up the upper ones. So, wow. Oh, I'm envious, man. That is awesome. Yeah, you're sounding great. Good audio, too.
Okay, copy that. All right, brother, we're going to get out of here, and maybe somebody else wants to chime in there, but yeah, you're doing good yourself there on that iMac. Sounding good. Sure, pretty backyard you got there. I see you on YouTube there all the time. We'll catch you later. 123 out here in Iowa, and we're back on the side there.
Thanks a lot, 123. I'll get uploaded when I get in the house. I'm way out here in the shack right now. So, and I hope you're having a good day. Hopefully not too cold. Seems to be pretty cold everywhere I'm talking. We got about 52 here and just cloudy. So cheers 73s and God bless till we talk again. 791 on the side.
Click, bro.
Okay, I'm back. Back in the shack. I've heard of people using the full moon like tonight. Wave about basic knowledge of that. Oh, that's pretty cool. I mean, I know the sun has an effect on it, right? And it was last week there was something happened out there, and all the long distance stations disappeared by, I think it was 1 or maybe it was noon, and I just couldn't believe it. Is weird. Where's that cute little Brad Kahoo? We want to go see him. Off. Turn that off. Turn that off. Turn that on. Let's go. space weather. Oh, that's cool.
He's
Thanks,
sitting
Adam.
with his mom.
He's sitting with his mama. And there he is for Ima in Florida.
Yeah.
She likes Kahu.
Yeah, he's just sleeping.
He's getting old. There he is. Yeah, there he is right there. Just for you. Look at that. Look at him.
Don't growl.
He needs a haircut. I think Wendy's going to get him groomed
Yeah, he's
soon.
going to get groomed in about a week.
In about a week, he gets a groom, and then I'll make. He's cute, isn't he? Yeah, that's Wendy's little fur baby. He's going to be April 3rd. He'll be 13.
Don't get him going.
You love him.
Superstitious.
Ima loves him. Wendy says hi. This is just for Ima.
Okay,
Look at him.
don't growl. He's going to do that.
No, you don't.
He went right in the camera. Okay,
He protects
go
her.
away.
Okay, one more
Go away.
shot.
Watch
There he
the
is.
show. You say Wendy's watching Yellowstone.
He protects Wendy.
Wendy's watching.
He's totally feisty. Wendy's watching Yellowstone. She loves Yellowstone. If you haven't seen Yellowstone, you got to watch it. It's good.
Okay, you go.
Okay, I gotta go out. Do you want a treat? Do you want a treat? I'm gonna get you a treat. Okay. Do you want a treat? Kathy, you want a treat? Treats? I'm gonna get you a treat. Look at that face. He's just so. Hi, Wendy. Hi, Mrs. Hi, Wendy. Wendy says hi. Come here.
Back-
There you go.
Let's get back to
I'm gonna give you a treat.
You gotta go.
She
you
wants
gotta
me
give him a treat, but I wanna give him
Okay, I'm gonna get him a treat. I had to do that just for Ima, because Ima keeps it real. Let's give him some liver treats. He likes these little liver treats. Here, watch this. He's very protective of her. His little fangs. I know he's missing 7 teeth. He's had 7 teeth pulled out. Here, treats. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that. Look at that. And he's protective of his. Those little fangs are adorable.
Doesn't have any teeth.
God. Okay,
Just let
okay,
him-
I'm out of here. He's a guard dog. 8 pounds.
No, it's just you.
8 pounds of terror right there. What do you think of that, Ima? That's Wendy's guard dog. Seriously, I cannot get anywhere near Wendy when the dog is near her. Isn't that unreal? He protects her. He loves her. And if she's feeling under the weather, if she's like, say she has a cold or something, and she feels had the flu or something, and she's in bed for the day, he'll sit with her all day in bed. He'll just lay there with her. Yeah. He jumps like that, eh? So say, but you know what? He never bites me. Okay, he looks like he's going to, but he never bites me. When he comes up to me and tries to do that, he starts licking me. He's a funny little dog. But anyway, April 3rd is Kahu's birthday, so we have to get him a present. I'm gonna have to get him something at the pet store. I can hear the creek down there. So this is Kahu's territory all here. This is actually fenced, just in front of that bamboo there, like probably about 10 feet in front of that bamboo. It's fenced. And then there's a fence there. So he can go all through this little jungle here. This is all Kahu's turf. He jumps off the sun deck here and he goes under the sun deck, and then he's got the whole yard out front. That's all fenced all down here. April 3rd. Oh, are you on the 14th? Oh, so you're in Aries. Oh, no, he's going to be 13. He's going to be 13 on April 3rd. So he's going to be, times that by 7, Ima, right? Because 7 years per 1 human year. 1 dog year is 7 human years, right? No, 1 human year is 7 dog years, right? Oh, Adam, thanks, buddy, for the birthday party. Thanks, man. I'm glad you're awake. You know what I mean? Oh, there's my antenna up there. There's the beam I was just talking. So I was talking to the guy in Iowa on that antenna right there. Yeah, I thought he was, no, he's 12. He's 12. He's going to be 13. So he's going to be 13. So this is the antenna I was talking on to the guy in Iowa. There's the ones I talked to Australia with right there, that 3-element flat side beam with the motor on it. You can see the rotor right up there. It turns as 26 foot to the boom. That one's hooked up to another radio. That's a Sigma Venom. And way over there, 100 feet away, is an Antron 99. So if you ever get a radio, I will talk to you. I will talk to you, man. Thanks. I appreciate it. Thanks for the support, Adam. That's cool. Wendy will be happy because this really is Wendy's channel, and I do keep it going for her. Yeah, huge antennas. That's made in Italy, that antenna. And there's the shack out back. Wendy built that shack. My dad built that one years ago. Only thing I built here is a little gallery out there. I built it as a playhouse for my kids in '96 and then for my Harley Davidson. But yeah, that's called a beam antenna, directional. So if you ever get a radio, Adam, I will be pointing that in your direction. King Kahu, eh? I am a King Kahu. I know, he's a funny little dog. He's He's the, I mean, you watch my videos at night where he goes outside and he barks. I've uploaded videos of palms today. Oh, good. In the snow. I know I got a Facebook page with probably nearly 63. And there's one guy in South Carolina that posts pictures of his garden today covered in snow. He's been a member of my group for a long time. So if you're on Facebook, you go to People Who Love Palm Trees and Exotic Plants. I started that group about maybe 7 years ago, and it's just like gets loaded up with members join every day. But he's in South Carolina, and he's got an amazing palm garden. So I got to check out yours, man. I got to see the video of the palms with snow. I love palm trees and snow, and these get snow on them once in a while too. I mean, it does snow out here, but the snow never lasts long. And you know, the snow won't hurt the palms. The snow does not hurt these palms. I'll tell you what hurts the palms is extreme bitter cold and prolonged extreme cold temperatures and cold temperatures with wind. I'll tell you what, they absolutely hate cold wind. And we don't get that here. We get zero outflow winds. We don't get any cold winter winds here. So you can see these things, they're really in shape. I mean, look at them. And they produce seed and they self seed. I mean, those are all just seed that drop around. There's a hummingbird right here. Hummingbird buzzing around. So, I mean, look at these things. They're pretty nice, eh? Pretty good shape. These are fan palms. And those are called windmill fan palms. They're from China. They grow 40 feet of trunk on them. Some really big ones on the coast. Driving around Vancouver Island, you see them everywhere, like, you know, along the sides of the roads and stuff. This is a date palm. So the difference between those palms, see what you're growing. There we go. I'm back again. Sorry about that. I'm live. So, okay, the difference between those palms and those palms, there's two different types of palm trees. This is a fan palm. All right. So you see the fan type fronds on it. They look like fans. That's called a feather palm. These are called Phoenix canariensis. So I don't know. I don't remember where I picked the seed up for these. Could have been Hawaii. Could have been somewhere. So these are Canary Island date palms and a feather palm because the fronds look like feathers. So this is a pinnate species. That's called a pinnate palm, and that's a fan. Have one like that, like those ones, and like this. These grow nice. I've seen them in Charleston, South Carolina. Videos of them. Oh, you lost audio. Darn. I think I have. Hopefully, can you guys hear me okay? So this is called a Canary Island date palm. These are native to the Canary Islands. I grew these from seed probably about 10 years ago, and they're very root bound. I got to transplant them again. Look at, they're actually, I put some more soil and they're pushing themselves out of the pots. So these grow a lot in Southern California, even Northern California, south coast of Oregon. You'll see big ones. Up here, the only ones, oh, you can hear me? Okay, good. The only ones that I see that are long-term are out on the far west coast of Vancouver Island. This palm is more short-term here. You plant them in the ground and you get a bad cold snap, it's going to take it out. Long-term palm trees are that species right there. They've been growing on these coasts, on our coast for decades and decades. It's okay when the cam, don't move too quick. Sounds good. Okay, cool. There we go. There's the Starlink up there. Starlink right there. But these palms are foolproof. I like to say foolproof. So called a Chinese windmill palm. Can you hear the frogs? Listen. Listen to that. Hear the frogs? Yeah, you have sable palmetto, and I think you probably have this. Do you have this one here? This is the date palm. This is a Phoenix Canary Island date palm. Yeah, the frogs. You should hear them. You should hear them in the spring. Thousands of them. Thousands of them. It's right over there. Watch this. When you get close to them, they stop. Like they can hear me getting close to them. They're called tree frogs. They're super cool. I have lots of videos of them. If you go to my regular channel, actually even on this one too, on Gulf Island Rock, and search for tree frogs, you will see them come up. They're beautiful green. Some of them are kind of camouflaged, like green and brown spots on them. They're little tree frogs. They're about this big, and they love the palm trees. They go on the bananas, and they just hang out. They even stick to the side of the house. There's the tree fern there. Can you see that one? Look at that. Look at the fronds on that one down there. Big one down there. Yeah, tree frogs are cool because they eat a lot of bugs. They're really, really good for eating bad insects. So if you see a tree frog, you just got to leave them alone. And we have the lizards. And there's these brown frogs down there you will see sometimes. We got the red belly newts. I shot a video of one the other day. It was actually on the palm frond. It was on that palm frond over there. So if you look on the shorts, you'll see the red belly newt or orange belly newt, whatever you want to call them. But yeah, no, where my friend 483 lives in South Carolina, and he's in here, South Carolina can grow so many cool frickin' things, just like I'm in Florida. When I go to these places, when I travel to Florida, and I've been to Florida, or I go to Hawaii, I'm always looking at the plant windmill. It stayed hidden behind the bananas for years. I thought it had died, started cutting, and found it was about, oh, cool. So you have a windmill palm too. Cool. They are tough. Windmill palms are so tough. I have a palm nursery here, right? So I grow them from seed. These ones I grew from seed a long time ago, but they are just resilient. They'll grow in the shade. And another type of windmill. So this is called a regular, this is a Chinese windmill palm, Trachycarpus fortunei. This is called a Trachycarpus wagnerianus. So this one's got smaller, stiffer fronds, and it'll grow like 25 feet of trunk, 30 feet of trunk over time. And they're just absolutely beautiful. I mean, and the thing is, you can cluster them close together. Look at them all. These ones are growing in shade. They're all windmill palms. I mean, they're everywhere. There's some in the shade there. Palm Central Station, right? And in the forest we have is full of them. But that's pretty cool that you found one, and it started cutting, and you found it in your jungle, in the South Carolina jungle. I love it, man. Then there's bamboo. There's some pretty big bamboo that grows in South Carolina because I've seen members on my group post pictures of it, right? 8 feet tall. No, I liked. Oh, cool. Right on. Oh, it was a rescue. Good. Oh man, you have an awesome garden. And I've seen some of your palms before. I know I've seen pictures of them. The sable palmettos, right? Palmettos I love. We have sable minor here. There's a sable rosei growing in town. Sables do grow here, believe it or not. But the problem is up this way, we don't have the heat units like South Carolina. You guys got way more heat units in summertime. And sable palmettos, they love high heat and high humidity, is where this palm species doesn't need the high heat. So they can thrive in our summers. They don't mind our winters. They can get covered in snow. I mean, I got videos of these things covered in snow. And I've gone through some cold temperatures. The oldest one I have in the garden, I planted in it was 1987, February 1987. I've been growing them since 86. I've been growing these palms, right, for a long time. So they're pretty tough. And then these are cool plants too, the Fatsia trees. If you want a nice tropical plant that grows in the shade, these ones here, these would work in South Carolina too, but in the shade. Otherwise, I think your high heat would probably burn them. And these ones are growing in shade. They're evergreen, and some of them get really big leaves. This one behind the camellia jasmine's lost its leaves now. Right here, you can see the leaves on them. Look at that. Beautiful leaves. These are variegated, evergreen BLEs. Grow well with palm trees and bamboo. And then there's some more in front of Wendy's Art Gallery. That's Wendy's Art Gallery right there. And yeah, there's a bunch of, well, here's another waggy here. Hopefully my thing's not going to die. I'm quite far from the starling. I'll show you the difference, okay? See the stiffer fronds? lots of BLEs in here, lots of broadleaf evergreens, native ferns. Those are native. We have a lot of evergreen ferns in here. But as for the palm trees, yeah, they just kind of grow everywhere. They come up because they self-seed. I'm coming up in the gravel here, there, and then here, and then underneath here. Look at them all. Those are all palm seedlings, right? They're everywhere. There's thousands of these palm trees growing everywhere. I started with a rescuing one with a woodpecker hole, interstate expansion. I got 5 that, whoa. Oh, those things are worth a fortune. Are you kidding? No way. You got 5 that were around 20 feet tall. I've moved them because I'm the only guy here that was moving big palms for people. I'd use a crane truck and an excavator. The biggest one I moved had just about 20 feet of trunk. It was heavy too. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, I love palm trees, man. That is so cool. Yeah, I would, if I lived where you are, man, just max her out with palm trees, and you can grow so many species. I think Mexican fan palm grows where you do too. Washingtonia robusta. That's the Mexican fan palm. They're freaking weeds all over California, but it would work where you are. South Carolina and Washingtonia flifera. I know they like it a bit drier, maybe less humidity, but still worth a shot. And some of the other ones, some of the others, phoenix palms. There are other phoenix palms too. But yeah, you're living in such a good climate there, man. It'd be just, oh, you could actually make a jungle. I mean, I've created this far north, which isn't too bad considering I am in Canada. We're on an island in Canada, and nowhere else in Canada you're actually going to be doing this. Along the Pacific coast, Vancouver. I was watching a video yesterday. A guy was shooting. He's visiting from England. He was standing on the beach at Sunset Beach, and you can see all the 25, 30-foot palm trees in the background. So the west end of Vancouver, the beaches are lined with palm trees, and the streets, there's like dozens and dozens of them all over the place. Tall ones. It looks pretty cool, actually. So I like them, you know why? Because they're very hardy, they're disease resistant, and they look good on a winter day. You know what I mean? You look out on a cool winter day, and you look at that palm tree, and it's like much better than a tree that say, okay, here's a lilac. You know, you look at this lilac, and yeah, it's already starting to bud out. See, but that doesn't do anything for me in the winter. To me, that tree looks like it's dead. You know what I mean? You look at this lilac here, and this is a different species, even slower to leaf out, but that looks, to me, that looks cold and looks dead. The best I could try to grow in Nova Scotia. Oh yeah, you could grow some bamboos there. Absolutely. There's some really good hardy bamboos for you in Nova Scotia. I talked. You ever score? Jeep. Right here. And it all stems from the roots. Some grow faster than others. Some are harder than others. It's genetics, right? So basically, they're about 100 to 150 a trunk foot. So from the ground. So you go up one. So, you know, up this way. So we'll say 100, 200, 300. To buy that palm, you're going to look at about probably 350 to 400 bucks, something like that. Some guys sell them for 150 bucks a trunk foot. But if you can get them for free, and I've scored a bunch, I've scored some nice ones for free too. There's one that I transplanted with Wendy's son and his friend. I wonder if I can see the top of it. It's getting really big now. In February 2016, and I sold it to the original people at down in town at a complex, at a townhouse complex on the water. And there's lots of palms out there. They didn't want it anymore after many years. So this one was planted over 30 years. Look at the top of it. There's a big one there. There's a big palm right there, and it's a female loaded with fruit. So we dug that out in February 2016 when it was smaller, and we put it there, and we dug it by hand. I moved it in my little Mazda truck. Oh, it was, the back of the truck was weighed down, but that's a pretty good size palm tree. You can see it sticking up over her gallery, and then there's some in the foreground, and then there's some in the back as well. So that was a freebie. And then there's another one I got farther, just near that one, about 50, 60 feet away, freebie. People are going to cut them down. It's like, what? You don't cut down palm trees. People do that here. There was a complex in town, and I used to go there and drive there to admire all the palm trees. I'd drive around, look at the palm, and last year they'd cut them all down, man. They were planted 35 years ago, and the strata didn't like them anymore, and they cut the things down. You know, they could have moved them. You can move palm trees at any size and any age, right? So, but you could grow bamboo. You should try in Nova Scotia. I think golden bamboo works. Because I see pictures. There's a guy in Nova Scotia. He's got a lot of bamboo growing. Golden bamboo, yellow groove bamboo, arrow bamboo, maybe even some timber bamboo. I mean, this is kind of a timber bamboo. You could grow some of that. I would try. Vivax is pretty hardy. Hardy down to 0 degrees Fahrenheit, I think. But yeah, 43, you scored, man. That's what I got to do. I got to buy me a plate from South Carolina. I love them. You know what? Got a palmetto palm tree on them. So there's California, no palm tree on that one. Maine, no lobster on it. You got a pine tree. There's a pine on that one. North Dakota, got a buffalo on it. And where else do we have here? Maine, there's Maine again. Hawaii. But yeah, I'm gonna have to get ones from. I'm gonna have to get one from South Carolina. That said, I'm a nature guy, and if it can be moved, let it. No, exactly. Same with me, Adam. It drives me crazy when people, they'll call me up. Do you want a palm tree? And if I can't take it, beautiful palms. Cycas revoluta. We have some of those. And actually, I'll show you a small one. Got some in the ground too. I'll show you right here. So yeah, we are in South Carolina. Krista Grace. Sago. So sago palms are native to Japan. And it's actually not a palm tree, believe it or not. They're a cone bearing in the conifer family. And they're native, they go back, deep back to, I think, the Carboniferous age. So they are not a palm, they're a cycad. And they got plasticky leaves. They're slow growing. I'll show you a really rare one. I'll show you a rare one from China. So this is called Cycas revoluta from Japan. I have a rare one called Cycas patuensis. I had it in the ground for a decade, and I dug it out just because it was going too slow. I'll show you right here. This is a really rare one right here. This is Cycas patuensis. See the trunk. Did you water this, Wendy? You watered it, right? Yeah, it's pretty heavy. So that's a Chinese cycad. Hardy to about minus 10 degrees Celsius, so about 15 Fahrenheit. Gotta love cycads. Yeah, I got a couple of these in the ground. They're beautiful. They're actually poisonous too. Poisonous to animals, but plasticky, eh? They're like plastic. Okay, I'm gonna go back outside. It's so nice.
These are ravens. They're mine. I'm not gonna eat them. You guys are
Okay, no, put them there and I'll give them tomorrow. That's their treat. Are they still good or not? No?
Yeah.
Okay, ravens. The cone in ours is probably 18 inches tall. Wow, that's so cool, man. Yeah, that's what I love South Carolina for. You can grow stuff like that, and they like your heat, and they flush out almost like a fern. They flush out a whole bunch of fronds at once. It's like that fern down there. See our giant tree fern right down there? That thing right down there. You can see the fronds on it. It's big. It's got 6 feet of trunk now. I planted it. April will be 32 years. They will leave lumps on you if you get, yeah, they do, man. They do. Yeah, you don't want to get poked by a sago because they are poisonous. And I remember, what's his name? Dee, South Carolina 21 says he got jabbed by one because we often talk about palms. Oh yeah, send a picture. I love sago palms. I always admire them when I'm in Hawaii. Some nice ones down in California. But there's the tree fern right there. That one actually grows in the sun, and it's got a big, thick trunk on it. It's from Tasmania. That's a Tasmanian tree fern. I like different plants. We collect plants, right? It's like a botanical garden. And there's Banana Joe at telus.net. So Banana Joe at telus.net. Banana Joe, lowercasing, at telus, TELUS.net. Right? So that's my email. And this is a cool tree right here. And I'm sure there's lots of those in South Carolina. It's called a loquat. And that actually produces a nice tropical fruit. Them ferns look like my swarm out front. Aren't they beautiful? Oh yeah, I bet you lots of cool ferns grow in Nova Scotia too. And I love in the spring, Adam, when they unfurl new fronds. Down in here, there's more palms. And there's olive trees. There's an olive tree there. There's pineapple guava down here too. I can see pineapple guavas growing down. These are figs. Figs lose their leaves. Loquat's evergreen, so the fig is deciduous. Then, yeah, ferns are so beautiful. So I'll show you some of our native ferns right down there. Look at them all. Those are all native ferns. Look at them all. They're just everywhere. If you like nature, and they're evergreen. They're evergreen. All the ferns are evergreen. There's a southern magnolia right there in behind. Can I see it? Right there's the top of it there. That's southern magnolia. That one I grew from seed. They're beautiful. They get really nice flowers on them. And that's a strawberry tree. This one right here, strawberry tree, Arbutus unido. That's native to Mediterranean area. I think southwest coast of Ireland. It gets fruit on it you could eat. These are... Come on, come on. There we go. That tree right there is a Guatemalan cherry. Guatemalan cherry. It says resume. Can you guys see this live stream? Let me know if it's still working, because it crashed on me and I had to resume it. Hummingbirds are out here buzzing. I want to get a hummingbird on video for you, which I often try to do. Yeah, I know. Nova Scotia always interests me too. That's one place in Canada I would like to visit is the Atlantic. Oh, there's one right there. Hummingbird right there. One here too. What do you think? Look at that. There's hummingbirds at all the feeders. Get his head in here. Look at that. There's a hummingbird for you right there. There's one at the other feeder as well. Got a hummingbird here. And there's a hummingbird right there. See him? Look at that. Hummingbird cam in effect. I want to get his head in here. I think it's very colorful. Some of them are very, very colorful. Pretty close to him. For you nature lovers, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? On a winter day on the Gulf Islands, you got a little hummingbird just soaking up that sweet juice, sweet water. Look at that. Hummingbird cam. Wow. Another one came and chased it away. Did you see that? Oh my God, territorial. It's like they hang out in the tree over there and it chased the other hummingbird away having a drink. Unreal. Yeah, this is, I'm using my, if that's your email link to your, sent you an email a few months ago, I have time. Oh, okay. Send me another one, man, because sometimes stuff goes into spam and I don't even know. Right? So you can always send me another one and I'll check it. Because some stuff goes into spam. It really annoys me. But yeah, it is linked to my YouTube. Banana Joe at telus.net
is my email. It's always been my email. So, but anyway, there we got some hummingbirds on cam there. That's pretty cool. And you know what I noticed? The days are getting longer. Adam, okay, cool. I should write that down. I'm going to write it down right now so I don't forget. Let me write that down. Jeet and Krista Grace. Data. Okay. Adam. I'm going to say 10 years just sitting in that pot. So that's a hardy citrus. And we do have other citrus plants too. But anyway, time is it? Yeah, what time is it? I got to look at that. I got to look at my watch. I got to get dinner on soon, I think. I'm going to do prawns. And oh, wow. It's already 25 to 5. And if you, I can video that. And if you do Microsoft Teams, I can video chat. Oh, cool. Right on. I'm running an old computer. I'm like so not computer savvy. You know what I mean? I got an old Toshiba in the house. I got an old Acer in there, but it rarely picks up internet. It's so crappy. So thank God Wendy gave me her old iPhone here, Android. She just bought a brand new iPhone, whatever, 14 or whatever it is. And so I got this old one I'm using of hers, so I can actually shoot live streams on it, which is kind of cool. Because I used to do a lot of live streams on Banana JSSI. So we're going to start doing them more on this one. And I appreciate you guys tuning in. You know what I mean? I'm maybe my live streams aren't that exciting. You know what I mean? But I have fun chatting with you guys. And that's why I go to work too. It's more of a social thing. I think that's why I talk on the radio. It's a social thing. I like to talk to people. Right. So, and then you find out what's going on in other parts of the world. Right. So there's a lot going on this planet right now. You know, when you live in these remote islands out here, it seems like we're a million miles away from everything. It really does. I see, you know, and I try not to ever watch mainstream news, but I see people posting stuff on X, stuff pops up on Facebook, this and that. And it's crazy. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, man. I really appreciate it. I'll check that out when I get in the house because I'm going to be uploading some YouTube videos, Video Gates, and I'll check my little computer. So I'll show you the Starlink. There's the Starlink on top of our roof right there. My computer's at that side end of the house. Starlink is there. There's the Radio Shack way over there. But that Radio Shack has concrete in some of the walls. It's like soundproof. So not always the best signal. Not always the best signal. So, but I appreciate that, man. I'll definitely check it out. It's fun. It's nice. Yeah, no, it's just random stuff I put on here, man. If you like gardening, you go to Banana JSSI. That's my actual garden channel, Banana JSSI. I've been YouTubing since 2008. My very first channel has got about 1,000, just over 1,000 videos on it, but it was end of June or beginning of July 2010
Beginning of July 2010, I just made a new one. 25.2 degrees Fahrenheit right now. Isn't that crazy? Like this weather's crazy. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, so it's about 52 here right now, 52 degrees. Weather boxes. You see that weather box in behind the Kiwis on the other side? That's right. That's where I have some of my weather recording instruments, Oregon Scientific. Oh, you lost me again. Okay. Let me go back. Dang. And I'll show you the other one here. You lost me, damn it. They're saying single digit wind chill. Well, I hope it doesn't get that. I hope it doesn't get that cold where you are in South Carolina. That is not good for the palm trees. Let me know how everything does. How all your gardens do. I got a friend, Gary Haller, in New Bern, North Carolina, that actually has a sable palm nursery. He's been growing these things since 1975. He's in my group. He's in my big palm group there on Facebook, and he gets some pretty cold temperatures down there. So there's another weather station right there. See that? You can see that louvered box right there. That's a double louvered Stevenson screen, and I got more instruments in there. So it's always a little bit colder down there in the wintertime because it's down at the bottom of a slope or partway down, and cold air is like water, and it rolls down and it goes through that screen. Cold kind of sits in there, and it's like a frost pocket. I hear a hummingbird. They're buzzing around me here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Send me pictures too of the palms. Well, you did send the pictures of the palms and snow, but let me know in an email how everything fared once winter's done too. Because I know sometimes it takes a while for damage to show up on plants. Sable palmetto palms are pretty tough. They are actually pretty tough arborescent palms. The two most cold tolerant palm trees, and Adam, you might even be to grow one of these where you are in Nova Scotia, is a needle palm. That's the hardiest, and we grow them, and they're native to the southeastern United States. And I'll tell you what, I wonder if I can zoom in on them. I think I have. There's some needle palms. Oh, can I see them? Ah, dang, there's just too much stuff in the way, but I got needle palms down in there. There's needle palms down there and there. They're called Rhopidophyllum hystrix, and they're beautiful palms. They're a fan palm, native to it'd be like Georgia, Alabama, maybe South Carolina. They might be native to South Carolina. I have a greenhouse cool. Greenhouses are awesome. I love green. I have one here. I have an 8 by 12 glass one down in the palm nursery way over there. And that's where I do my palm propagating. I start them from seed in there. Once they're grown, then I pull them out, put them outside, right? Put them outside in the nursery. So I don't know if you guys can hear the creek. I'll shut up for a minute. Listen. Creek is just gushing down there. Creek runs all the way through the ravine, all the way through the forest, down through there. There's a bald cypress in behind the bamboo. Right there, there's a 40-foot tall bald cypress tree, native to southeastern U.S., growing in standing water, which is kind of cool. It's got lots of knees popping up everywhere. Yeah, greenhouse would be cool because you can grow all your own
heat-loving vegetables, and you grow peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, extend the season, zucchinis. I mean, you can probably grow some of those outside too, but if you want an extended season, then a greenhouse is the way to go. That's the way to do it, right? Look at these. It's not a lot of seeds on there, but it does actually have some nice seeds, right? These are Trachycarpus fortunae seeds. I collect a lot of seeds from palms here. And that one over there has got a lot on it, the big one. The big one in the distance, it's that one over there. That palm right there has a lot of seeds on it. So anyway, guys, I have to start thinking about making dinner pretty quick, because I think Wendy's getting hungry, and I know she's got to get up early and go to work tomorrow. Wendy gets up at, we get up at 3:45 a.m., and Wendy works in the deli in town just 3 days a week. So I have an ambient weather, Davis Vantage Pro. I can't connect to the internet right now because I don't have the, oh, okay, yeah, the Davis instrument are the best. I love those things, man. That's what the olive farm has out here. We have an olive farm on our island, big olive farm, commercial olive farm that make olive oil, and he uses a Davis instrument. It's interesting kind of comparing the temperatures, and he just passed away, so his wife runs it now, but comparing temperatures with the olive farm and here on the north end. So it's colder there in the wintertime on the south end. It's kind of inland. It gets hotter temperatures in summer, but colder in the winter. And because we're right close to the ocean here, it's always a little bit milder. The ocean is just across the street through those trees, 900 feet to the beach, and not very far on the other side. Bald cypress tore up. Oh, yeah. So the bald cypress I have here has knees coming up everywhere. And I didn't think a thing. I planted that thing like, over 30 years ago. I planted it. It would have been maybe 1995, maybe 96. I planted it, and I was down there one day in the back 40. It's really moist down there in that ravine, and there's knees coming up everywhere. So there's the bald cypress. You can see it right there. It's about 40 feet tall. Looks skinnier from here, but it is bigger. So that's the top of the tree, bald cypress, and it's growing standing water. But there is knees everywhere, and I would not. There we go. Department for years. That was my job before I retired. Parks Department gardener, did the gardens in town, and I planted a lot of palm trees through our town over the years and exotic plants. And then before that, I worked in a nursery for about a decade. Did their driving the Freightliner, so picking up plants. I was the nursery man, and then before that, I was a mushroom farmer for over 15 years. So yeah, I've always been kind of into plants. I do like plants. This here in the garden is just a hobby, right? But Wendy's a really keen gardener too. She used to do landscaping on the mainland. But yeah, that's very cool. There's a lot to know about plants, but one of these days I got to make it to South Carolina. Man, I got a friend that went down there a couple months ago to play some golf. He lives on our island, and he did go to Charleston too. Charleston looks beautiful. It's yeah, if you ever want to know anything about plants, the funny thing is, I can effing barely remember what I did yesterday, but I can remember all the Latin names. We planted ours when it was about 4 feet, now stands about 30 foot. Cool. Your bald cypress, Taxodium distichum. So I planted that one. Okay, so you planted it when it was 4 feet. Okay, mine was about, I'm going to say about 1.5 feet tall when I planted it. It was a 1 gallon pot. They were $6.95. I should have bought more, but I bought one, and I've never seen them since in the nursery for sale. So anyway, I planted that. It was a nursery I worked at. And I said, I'm going to try one. I put it in our pond, and now it's 40 feet tall. And beautiful, soft foliage on it, and nice kind of copper autumn color. Late. It keeps its needles, whatever you want to call them, late into the season. So that's a Taxodium distichum is the Latin name. Bald cypress, pond cypress, swamp cypress, whatever. But yeah, just a very cold hardy tree. There's actually a grove of them growing at Van Dusen Botanical Gardens in Vancouver, and they planted them in the 1970s. So there's actually a grove of bald cypress there. So a nice southeastern U.S. Plant that can actually take a lot colder growing zone.
The growing zone here is high end of 8B, 9A. So this is the mildest growing zone in all of Canada out here on the islands, east coast of Vancouver Island, along the Pacific coast, right near the water on the mainland, up the Sunshine Coast, way up north of here. There are palm trees growing way up north of here. It's crazy. It's because the ocean does that, right? And Victoria, too. Victoria is very mild, and all these southern Gulf Islands, you can see a lot of this stuff growing, but push it. That's what I say. Milk it for all it's worth. If you live in a good climate, you milk it for all it's worth. You're 5A. Well, there's still plants that grow in 5A. I definitely know plants that'll grow in 5A. They look kind of tropical too. Like Viburnum retidophyllum, I think would grow in 5A. It's called a leatherleaf viburnum. And we have them. It's like a small tree, and it's got pretty tropical looking leaves on it, man. And I think that works in 5A. You know, Sericococa, ruscifolia might work in 5A too. There's definitely stuff I would experiment with. And I've done a lot of experimenting. That right there, we grow a lot of eucalyptus here. That's probably the most cold hardy eucalyptus tree in my opinion. It's called a Jonama snowgum or Eucalyptus debusavilli. I think subspecies passiflora. So I'll tell you what makes a eucalyptus tree hardy, cold hardy, is where the seed is collected. All right, it's provenance, right? So the higher you go into the mountains of Australia, the colder it gets. So if you were to collect seed from this tree that say it was growing at sea level, it's not going to be as cold hardy as the seed you collect up in the mountains. That's just the way it works. It's no different than these palm trees here. You know, a lot of people get their seed from California, from the same species of palm tree. Useless, absolutely useless. You get the local seed here, it's the best for the winters because it's climatized. We got our cypress from a liquidating store called Big Lots in a one, yeah, mine was in a 1 gallon too, cool. The balls are about 1.5 and they fall. Oh, you actually got cones on yours like ball. I don't have anything like that on mine. I don't think. I got to look next time. I don't think I have anything like that on ours yet. I have to go check that. That's so cool. That means there'd be seeds in there. And on Starlink, there we go. Yeah, you know, I've had a lot of seeds sent to me over the years from South Carolina, North Carolina, all over Arkansas. And I remember one guy sent me about 1,500 sable minor seeds and mixed, and he had a bag of palmetto seeds and Eurasiana from South Carolina. Still have some of those things kicking around here. Experimenting is what I would like to do. Might come up with something. You never know, right? It's good to experiment. And you'd never know if this stuff would grow here if you didn't experiment with it, right? But palm trees have been growing on our coast for decades. You look at gardens in the south of England, and you go to, let's just say, off the coast of Cornwall, about 28 miles or 29 miles off the coast of Cornwall, in southern England, maple bamboo hybrid. There you go. Would you imagine that? Tapping bamboo for maple syrup. You could have something new there, Adam. One of a kind. That would be it. We put your name on that one too. And off the coast of England, there's lots of islands, and there's islands called the Scilly Islands. Oh, there's a hummingbird. Redhead. Where'd he go? Oh, there he is. He's at that one right there. You see him? Took off. Oh, there he is. He's sitting on the lilac. He's got a red head. Can you see him right? Where is he? There he is. Oh. God, they're so fast. I think he's at this one. They are so fast, those things. Anyway, there's some islands, what was I saying? Cypress sativa. Can you imagine that? A bald cypress you could smoke. Nothing ever surprises me. They're always coming out with all these crazy new hybrid type plants, right? And I was going to say off the coast of England at about 49, 50 degrees north latitude, 49 degrees latitude is Vancouver. So we're basically the same latitude as Vancouver, British Columbia. There's some islands in the middle of the Gulf Stream called the Scilly Isles. You got to look this up, okay? And I've known about this since the 80s. And I actually sent to these gardens. And so the Scilly Isles are lapped with the Gulf Stream current. It's so mild out there, it's like zone 9B or even higher. And they grow everything under the sun. So if you look at the landscape on these islands off the coast of England, it looks like Los Angeles. They're growing everything that Los Angeles grows. It's called the, look up the Isle of Tresco off the coast of England, and it will blow your mind. It's called the Tresco Abbey Gardens, and it's actually, the gardens are beyond belief, and it's off the coast of England, it's part of the UK. That black-headed one, leave you have hummingbirds. Yeah, we have hummingbirds year round here, year round. They never ever leave. We have Rufus and Annis. And robins here year round. We have the American robins. They don't leave. I know they say they're supposed to take off for the winter. No, we got all that stuff here year round. Yeah, it's crazy, eh? Hummingbirds in Canada on a winter day. So we just cleaned out these feeders. It's good to clean them every week because you don't want them to get sick, the little birds. So we change everything, wash everything, and then put all new sugar water in there. Wendy's daughter puts new sugar water. Oh, you're at 45. You're lower than me then. I'm 48. Yeah, you know what it is? Look at the mist. Look at the mist, eh? It is typical West Coast winter day. This is what it looks like here. It's kind of misty and not cold out though. It doesn't feel that bad. I mean, if somebody came here from Florida, southern Florida, they'd probably be freezing their hiney off. If you came from Hawaii, you'd be freezing your hiney off. But to me, cold is a matter of perspective, right? So 52 degrees for a late January day ain't that bad. So if it does get cold here, be sure to stay tuned because I always shoot videos every single day of the year and you will see some snowy exotic plants. And the worst thing about our snow here when we get it, it is very, very wet and heavy and sticky and it bends things. So it'll be bending this eucalyptus tree down. All the fronds are bent down on the palms, but it doesn't hurt them. It does not hurt the palm trees, right? So, yeah. So hopefully this year, no snow. We haven't had any frost yet. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Don't want any frost. Everything's really happy right now. Even the frogs, you can hear the little frogs. When it's cold and snowy, you don't hear the frogs. That mist I get in March and I can't get it. Oh, and I think I can get a few trees to grow. I think the mist is good for things. And antennas. Oh, thanks, man. You can see the antennas up there. Antennas in the mist, right? There's my Cerio beam in the mist. IMAX in the beam. These are cool trees here. These are our native arbutus trees. You see those? They look like eucalyptus. They're evergreen. This is the only place in Canada they grow. Big ones there. Those were 100 feet tall, 100 feet tall. These are big too. These are called arbutus trees, Pacific Madrona. And the bark peels like eucalyptus. They got rubbery, round leaves on them. And they bloom in the spring. They smell like honey. And then they get red berries on them that the birds, the robins go crazy on. But yeah, so it's a misty evening, winter evening out here on the southern Gulf Islands. And well, I'm not shoveling snow. That's a good thing. Not yet anyway. Got my sandals on. I guess I could have my shorts on, but I used to do that. I used to wear shorts year round, but as I get older, I get too many aches and pains. At 61, we're not going to do that anymore. So, well, one of these days I'd like to come to your paradise and Nova Scotia. That really interests me. Canada, Nova Scotia, the East Coast. I'd like to see Newfoundland, New Brunswick. I'd like to see North Carolina, South Carolina. I've been to Miami, Florida. Miami was just okay, but I like the palms and everything. But South Carolina, beautiful, man. And I like Virginia Beach, too. Virginia Beach, there's lots of beautiful palm trees in Virginia Beach. Palmetto palms, all up. Virginia Beach is an amazing microclimate. Look that one up. Atlantic Avenue is lined with palmetto palms, and they get pretty cold once in a while, too. But anyway, this thing's been growing like gangbusters. I've had that one since the 1980s. A friend of mine gave it to me in 1989. So it's growing in actually pretty poor soil, but I do water it in the summertime lots to get it going better. There used to be like a giant eucalyptus tree right there, and on the other side of it, a huge cedar tree like that. And Wendy had the arborist cut them down. And thanks, Adam. You're a cool dude, man. And I appreciate you guys tuning in to this so-so live stream. But I'm going to do more of them on here. So we had it cut down, and we had the other tree cut down. And once those trees were cut down, these palm trees zoomed along. That was February 2021, mid-February 2021, had the big eucalyptus tree cut down, the cedar, and because there's no root competition, the palm tree has zoomed along. So I would say in a couple more years, it's going to be taller than the roof line of that house. So yeah, they're pretty happy. Look at how green they are. They are growing really well. Same with these fatsia. That's what happens in too much sun. See the bleached out foliage there? The bleached out foliage. It's from the heat, right? So you got shade. That's actually one I would try where Adam is too. Adam, Fatsia japonica, sheltered spot up against your building. It might work. It might work. You never know. I know they're a zone 8 plant, but it's still fun to try, right? I know guys in colder climates that try a lot of pretty cool plants and they actually have success too. But I definitely know there's bamboo that'll work where you are. Oriole silicata, there's one called Phyllostachys Oriole silicata. It's a yellow groove bamboo. And I believe it's probably one of the most cold tolerant of the tall bamboos. And I think that would work. You look that one up, yellow groove bamboo. And it is a tough one. And it'll grow like probably 25 feet tall because ours are pretty big. That would be a nice win from the shack. Oh, yeah, totally. Right there. You could do that. You could actually plant it around your place. Our eucalyptus got the bark knocked off. Oh, no way. Oh, that sucks, man. Probably damaged the car. Or did it? No, it just got the bark knocked off. So didn't damage the car. We had so many big eucalyptus trees in the front property. I planted them from seed in the early 90s. I grew them from seed. I planted them as seedlings. They grew to 100 feet tall. I had a grove of eucalyptus dullarium plana. And there was one gunny eye out there too. The one we had cut down here was a gunny eye, was a cider gum. And the reason we had to get them cut down is because my wife here has 2 accommodations. We have B&Bs here. And they were starting to get really dangerous. They were starting to drop big chunks of bark where the people would, get into the entrance of the B&B down out front there. And sometimes they drop a branch or two. So it was mid-February 2021 that we had the arborists come with an 80-foot bucket truck, and they spent pretty much all day cutting those trees down and making them into firewood for me. So it was sad to see them go. They were totally healthy and big trees, mountain gums. And I got the seed. The seed came from Tasmania, and I grew those, in the early 90s. And it was sad, but they had to go. But I find now that the palm grove around them, because there's a lot of palm trees that grow around those eucalyptus trees, the palms were really stunted because those eucalyptus are greedy for water and nutrients. Once the eucalyptus trees are removed, the palm trees just kind of zoomed right along. Well, let's go out and see. Let's go out the front and I'll show you. Here, we'll go out the front door.
Are you able to take photos and videos on your phone?
Yeah,
See, it's got all the features.
got everything. I love this phone. Wendy gave it to me. Thank you. My wife is awesome. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you something. Okay, so let's do this here. Let's spin this around, and I'm going to show you where the... There, so, this is... See, I do this in case it ever gets cold. Plants in pots are less hardy, less cold hardy. So you put bubble plastic around the pots, and if it ever does get cold, I'm not caught with my jacket off, right? You know what I mean? They're going to be protected. Those are Trachycarpus wagneriana. So out here was a massive grove of eucalyptus trees, and there's a stump right there. Right there. There's one of the stumps that's left, and there's more bigger stumps down below. I actually wrapped that palm up too. This is a tropical Kentia palm. Look at that. This is native to the Lord Howe Islands. I think that's Hydaskype canterburyana. No, eye's doing better, man. Thank you. Yeah, it's healing up nicely, and hopefully I'll be back to work sooner than later. I am hoping by March I'll be back to work. So yeah, this was a whole grove of eucalyptus trees in here. And man, like I say, they sucked the life out of these poor palms, and now the palm trees are growing much faster. I'm so glad to have that stupid pirate patch off. I'll show you something here. So what I did here is carve a tiki face into that one. That eucalyptus. Here's another. That was big. These are big trees. Tall. This one curved up, one in there, and the whole garden, there's about, I think there was 10 or 12 of them they cut down. And then there's a big one here. Really big one here. And I'll tell you what happened to that one. I wish I could stay home until March. Yeah, you know what I mean? I work out in the rain sometimes, so this is actually a welcome relief. It's nice. I can get some good rest in. I really can't lift anything over 10 pounds right now. I got to be careful. The eye is healing. That was strict rules and instructions from the eye surgeon. He says, unless I want another detached retina. So, but I am semi-retired. I retired from the Parks Department. End of November 2021 was my last day. So December 1st, I was retired. I took a whole year off. And then I went back to work because people asked me, hey, Joe, you want to work for us? So I could be picky and choosy. I worked at the pot farm for about 2 weeks, row planting cannabis down the road from us here. There's a huge farm. It's like, nah, don't want to be doing that. Don't want to be doing that. It was awful, hard on the knees. So then I got a good job looking after commercial landscaping, doing maintenance for a big out front. People love the gardens, so I look after those gardens, fix the irrigation, planting, trimming, pruning, and then some maintenance around the store and stuff. And my hours are like Tuesday to Thursday. I start at about 4:35 a.m. and I'm done at 10:35. 6-hour shift, and it is good. And they're really good to me there. They really treat me well. Last week I went off with the guys I work with, my work crew, and they bought us all new work clothes, brand new work boots. So I got Dakota work boots, steel toe work boots. They're composite. I think they're carbon fiber. Some Carhartt pants, 2 pairs of those. There we go. I'm back again. Yeah. So, and then 20%, I get 20% off groceries. I was getting 30%, but because I'm only part time, I get 20%. But Wendy will get 25% off. Wendy works 3 days, 3 8-hour days. So she's got to work tomorrow and Monday and Tuesday. She does an 8-hour shift in the deli 3 days a week. So, I was going to show you. This is one of our B&Bs here. So this is where this is a B&B driveway right here out through those gates. But here's one of our B&Bs right there. Magnolia Pedal Accommodation. And there's the sign up there. It says, Aloha, Aloha, Ikomo Mai. Welcome, come on in. It's kind of Hawaiian themed, right? And we do have a lot of Hawaiians here on the Salt Spring Island. Lots of Hawaiians. So hence the tikis. I carve them on the beach sometimes and they just kind of float away. People have been finding them and posting pictures of them on Facebook. Okay, so 2-3 years later, I carved about a dozen huge driftwood logs on the beach. Some of them are 25 feet long, big tiki logs. And they look like that. That's eucalyptus right there, actually. That is eucalyptus. And so these things float away and people find them like, 75 miles away, washed up on beaches. I'm glad that sounds beautiful way to get your knowledge back to the. Yeah, it's great, man. I love planting stuff. I planted a lot of cool plants in that garden. It's so fun to work in that garden because when you work for the government, they tell you what to do, and I really don't like being told what to do. So in this garden, I do what I want to do. They're happy with what I do. They had a crew of 3 or 4 people there. They got rid of all those gardeners, and they got me to do the gardens. So I do the gardens. They're saving more money, and they're happy with the gardens, and I'm happy doing it. It's actually a really good, healthy job. I talk to nice people. I've never really met a gardener I don't like. You know what I mean? So gardening is a very good hobby. I want to show you something here. This is budding out, eh? These laurel trees I grew from cuttings moons ago. Look at this. Flower buds. Flower buds coming on this. Isn't that crazy? This is a prunus, and this is a cherry laurel. And these are 30-foot tall. And these flowers are very, very fragrant. And I think that's one you might want to try where you are in Nova Scotia. Cherry laurel, evergreen, kind of like magnolia type leaves on it. And the flowers are super fragrant. And then when their flowers are done, they turn into these kind of look like cherries, black cherries. And the birds go freaking crazy on them. That's weird. That light went on and then it went off. Why is that? Okay, I'm coming in. I got to make some dinner. Did you turn on the light? Out here. You didn't? That is so weird. It went on by itself. So that's off. The sensor light goes on by itself. I didn't even know. I thought you had to turn the switch on. I got to try this again. I just learned something new about my house. Been in this house about 35 years now. And I'm sure that light went on. Did it go on? What light went on? Oh, I think it was that light. My bad. I put those lights up. There we go. There's the light. I thought it was this light on the house. It's that light up.
Weird. Strange. Flip. Why is that? I'm not seeing my video in here. That's really strange. Are you guys video? Retouch on. Audio works, but where's the video? That's really strange, eh? It's like it's disappeared. Like I'm just on there. Yeah, you see the avatar. Close video. Green screen. Nope. 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 Going to green screen on there. Lighting, close, retouch. Nope. I'm not getting this at all. I don't know what happened here. It's really, really strange. Highlight saved to your channel as unlisted video. I see your avatar. Yeah. This is weird, man. Okay, hang on. Nope. I'm going to ask Krista. I'm going to ask Wendy's daughter. Okay, hang on here. Oh, now my light's on. Hang on. Okay. Come on. This is really weird. Okay, hang on. Like, I don't know. I can't understand. He sees green. These people see green, but they're not seeing me. It's like I disappeared. I have a green screen. Hey, Krista, how do you get the green screen off? They're seeing this. It kind of disappeared. It's so weird. Yeah, it's so weird. I'm doing a live stream, and then I totally disappeared.
Huh.
And now the flashlight's on.
Scroll. Oh man, I don't know.
Oh,
Wait, the flashlight's right there.
I don't know why that went on.
Can't turn
Still
on
on.
flashlight because it's being used by another app.
Weird.
So I don't know.
That's so weird.
I don't know. I've never seen
Isn't
a
that weird?
green screen like that. Why don't you just restart? Just go back on.
Okay, so
Start over.